All right, we're starting with the rinse today. This is going to be episode 10, episode X. I got Steve Whitmer on today with me. I'll bring him on in a little bit. Uh, Wanted to talk about the World Baseball Classic just to wrap that up. And the U.S. lost. I do think that they weren't allowed to have fun in any of this, and I think it kind of showed the shot in the dugout of them in like the the bottom of the ninth or the top of the ninth. They already look like they lost, and I know that they want to make it go into the middle of the season now, but that's not the reason that the U.S. lost or anything like that. Uh, uh, we just had a lot of good teams, or there's a lot of good teams in baseball. So um, I want to say like the cosmic irony though of freaking Venezuela winning against the United States. I don't know how anybody could have planned that. Um, that seemed very, very bad news bears, kind of unrealistic when you thought about it at the beginning, I think. But yeah, look at Venezuela. Now they're champions of the world, and they finally have something on the U.S. So before I bring Whitty on, I did want to. He is one of my favorite people to talk about or talk with, and so I wanted to play some of, or just one of my favorite ones, because he does this a lot. So
yeah, dude, Brad, I completely agree with you on that.
See, and that's what I wanted
to... all we wanted was something that I agreed with you on. Check the box.
Oh yeah. I got more. I think there's another one where it's like, Brad, yeah, I completely agree. But then I did bring out the ones that that are of Brad, you're pissing me off.
I'm kicking you out.
Kicking me out,
pissing. You got a whole montage, huh?
Yeah. And no, that and I was starting to laugh about it too, because like I do feel like we end up agreeing and debating on a lot of different crap, and but the amount of time that we agree, it always like makes us like raise our eyebrows, because we're like, why? That shouldn't make any sense. So I did want to actually.
You're my Will Stancil, man.
Now wait, who's Will Stancil?
So he's like this guy over in Minnesota and Minneapolis, this urban dude. I think he ran for Congress. I know he ran for office. I'm not sure which position it was, but he's just like this, liberal guy, very kind of like endearing. Like there's a point where you kind of feel bad for him.
Because, I get that a lot.
Because you're like, dude, you're so close to getting it. Like, wait a minute. You're saying if we give people money to the point where they don't have to work, they won't work then? It's like we're just so close to that point. It's like you can't give people too much money. Not saying that's what you believe. I'm just saying like to the point of like you're close to getting it.
Well, and I think that you and I agree on different aspects of paying for things too, because there was one thing that I found that was you were railing on about homelessness, and it was right when Micah had asked for his $3 million faith-based initiatives, and I was like, man, that should be what cures homelessness. Like, put all that $3 million and Micah and his resources into that, and it made you laugh. I mean, versus,
I would love to watch Micah rule a homeless shelter.
Yeah.
And then I think it should be videotaped, and it should be monetized so we can watch them like preach in front of all these crackheads that are like smoking fake weed and lighting themselves on fire.
See, we got to let them smoke the real weed. It's not the fake stuff.
Well, they like to load it up with Raid, I think, or any other common repellent.
Holy God.
Yeah, I knew people who would soak their blunts in formaldehyde in high school.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, they were going for a trip. It was actually kind of funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's start off. I kind of want. I've been laughing about my TDS and my Trump derangement syndrome and stuff, and
I'm
feel
here
like
for it.
I feel like I always have it. And so Trump just, he put out a big quote with Iran and stuff, and it says, within 48 hours they have to do this, which I don't understand, because he kind of claims too that he can't tell the press what he's going to do or not do, because he can't, give out his war plans. So how is this okay? But then, can you help me make sense of any of his plot or any of his strategy in Iran? Do you think there is one?
This is our Lord and Savior, King Orangey, or our chair of the Cheeto. There's him just with the standard Trump stuff. I mean, this is like what he's been doing for the last 15 years or however long Twitter's been around. He's just talking crap on social media as usual. But the only difference is he's the commander in chief.
Now it's like he has a military.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Do bidding. No, like, how is that awesome? Like,
it's awesome. I love the shit talking.
But now it's being backed up with, soldiers. And
by the way, drones. I don't agree with this whole like Iran thing. I think I don't think it's gonna. How do I say this without getting kicked off of YouTube? I think it's a disappointing thing for sure. I understand all the neocons of like, hey, Iran, ma Israel, ma Iran, ma Muslims, and whatever. And just like, how does this benefit me though? It doesn't. This does not help me at all. You know what would benefit me? Like deporting a bunch of people. That would benefit me. Ship them to Iran then, if that's how you're going to play the game.
And that's what I feel like.
Like that's how this whole like foreign geopolitics thing does not benefit me whatsoever, and it's annoying as shit because I live in like the left armpit of Indiana, and it's like, dude, I want the roads to get fixed. The Iran thing doesn't help me at all.
No,
it doesn't help out that I've just been traveling all over Indiana the last 2 days, and then it affecting my gas price.
Yeah, and I mean that too. It doesn't seem like there's been a plan at the beginning for what he was doing.
Yeah,
and now it's getting even kind of worse.
I do think he has some terrible people around him telling him stuff. I'll be honest with you, this is kind of par for the course for every president, though. It's like there has to be some crazy freaking war that gets started out and to help whoever out. You can kind of relate it to the whole Braun $1 billion, 100,000 jobs or whatever the inflated number is going to be that I've been researching all day. It's just like, this is going to benefit somebody, but it's not going to be the taxpayer.
Not us. Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll trickle down eventually.
Yeah.
That's no. And well, okay. So one of the things that, because he's been on quite the roll, I think on Twitter this week. So this one was from today. And it says, now with the death of Iran, which, by the way, I don't know if you could say it was the death of Iran if we're still fighting the war. I don't know how both things are possible at the same time. But then that's the greatest enemy America has is the radical left, highly incompetent Democrat Party. Okay, are leftists the enemy now, Woody? Like.
Oh, haven't they always been the enemy?
Like, how are we? Yeah, I mean, I guess. But shouldn't we all be like, when are we ever the United States? When are we ever like?
Never. We have never been. We are the states that are united, but we will never be united in how we want to do things. We are basic. It's a family, right? We have our crazy Montana, Appalachian Mountain uncles. We have our cray hoodlum aunts in Louisiana. We all have our all different little things in our family, but we'll always be united in a family. That's basically the United States in a nutshell. And we will always have different outlooks on how we do things depending on our life experience. But I think we could all agree that some things do suck.
No, that's basically it. Did you see his tweet now about Robert Mueller dying?
Actually, I was at the Indiana Libertarian Convention when they talked about it. Now, because I wasn't even on social media, and I was like, at that, it was the shrilling from the libertarians that were so funny. And it's like, oh, that's our president. I'm like, yeah, so what? It's like Mueller sucks. It's like, fuck that guy. I don't care about him. It's like, I thought we were supposed to be against people that like went after investigations for no reason. Like the Mueller found I'm not even talking about the Mueller report. I'm talking about like things I've been finding out, because when you said you wanted to talk about the Mueller thing, I'm like, well, when I get home, I'll look into it more, because I know there's other things that I started looking them up. I was like, boy, this guy was kind of a piece of shit. I just
mean like in general, like when somebody dies.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't bother me.
I mean, that the president does it, or
nah?
Or are we just really? Like, are you like numb?
I'm so apathetic now. It's just like, screw it. It's like I just don't care anymore. It's just because it's so typical of Trump. That's mostly why. Like, that's basically what it comes down to. Like, yeah, when has he not been this way though? Like, they all think like the next thing that he says is the next shocking thing. Is like he would say this no matter what position of power that he's in.
Yeah, and that is like the part of it where I'm like, why am I still getting surprised at all by any of this stuff? It's just it seems very like
it's so Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, Jennifer Duncan Bailey. Did you see that comment, Brad? Okay, now that it was nice out today, I was driving around. No, the weed.
Oh wait, this one.
Yeah, dude, what is up with the
weed?
Smell
Never
of
smelled
weed?
Like skunk in my day.
That's why that's why I respect Drew so much, because
it is very much more potent now.
Is it? Because like when I used to smoke the wacky tobacco back in the high school days, like it's never smelled this bad. Like there's like a little hint of it, like when someone has bad breath and they're walking around. But like it was never this bad. That's why I love Drew so much, because he'll just hit the vape.
No, and that's and a lot of times like vapes have like the scent other than whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean it's basically like a Black and Mild for sometimes, or like when people vape all the time, and I don't care because it's usually some like pineapple or grape smell.
Yeah,
but like if you're gonna smoke weed, I prefer people be incognito about it. Like, hey, I smoke weed. Oh, that's cool. Hit up the vape. All right, cool. Enjoy your refreshment.
No, exactly. And it's like you shouldn't be able to smell like somebody's whiskey either. It's
like crop dusting. Like I don't want to smell your farts when you're walking around. If I'm going to walk around downtown, at least be considerate of other people's nostrils.
Yes, exactly.
That's all what I'm about. Like I want that's kind of one of my like top 5 arguments for weed is like how bad it smells. Like if all the weed, I mean, besides like it castrates you and it slows you down, like I prefer like high functioning coke heads more than potheads. They are way more fun to be around.
Wait, who are these guys that you were talking about the other week? The clavicular or something like that. It's this,
the meth head.
It's these dipshits who do meth like
the keep
it's like to max.
Yeah, like meth maxing. Yeah, it's so true, Jennifer. Nothing worse than a stranger's fart. For sure.
No, but it is funny to like clear out a room or to to crop dust and then like
you do a circle around the room.
Yeah, just listen for the grumbles, I guess. Wait, so those guys are real though? The Mac, like, but what? I don't get it. What do they do?
Like the clavicular dude. Well, the reason why he smokes weed is or not weed, but meth is because it helps him stay like not hungry. It's like go do Adderall then, because that does the same thing. And
okay.
It's an appetite suppressant, basically. Like, it just prevents me from overeating. I'm like, all right, go do coke like an adult then.
I know, right? Yeah, adult drugs. Come on. But wait, like, are kids like looking to that as like, is he the new like Andrew Tate kind of?
I'm afraid that will be the future. It's something that I'm very concerned about. It just turns into like the next thing, like what is it going to be easier to get? No, I don't know about the meth thing. Sometimes I just wonder, if people are going to do meth, just be like, well, Clavicular does it, because we're going to have children like that. The advertising off of it, and it's like every vice will have some way of advertising it.
No, that's
I hate it. I hate these fucking stream bros.
Well, they're not. They're just they're just douche canoes. Like, I don't know like what appeal they have to the kids. It's like, yeah, you could be big, you could be like me, you could talk to chicks. It's like, dude, I think if you actually had to talk to a chick, I don't know. But I don't know. Clavicular probably makes a shit ton of money.
Well, also, how much of this is staged too?
Come on, the internet doesn't do that.
Like I don't watch any Clavicular streams. I don't watch like the Sneeko stuff or go on Kick. I don't watch Fuentes or any of those people, especially or Tate. As like but when they're out and about and like talking to women, I was like, I'm sure there's enough whores out there that they'll be like, oh yeah, I want to get Instagram famous or whatever.
Absolutely.
But like, how does syphilis sound?
I mean, well, let's jump into when I was reviewing all of the videos and stuff. I came across your episodes on the Charlie Kirk.
Which one?
And it was the first one after. So I think it happened on September 10th. I watched an episode that was on the 13th, and but I wasn't in the live chat, because when I am in the live chat, sometimes I will say things that just to piss you off. But it was interesting. I don't think I watched that one live, because in watching it too, I remember like how heavy everything felt at that time too. And even watching you, like, you commented on just like how everything's just kind of gray right now. It's just
well, I'll tell you too, there's a lot that happened like in that amount of time. And even when there got to a point where like, dude, we've just seen too much murder in the last couple of days. It's just too much to even talk about.
Well, yeah.
I forgot what something did happen. And I didn't even want to post it online, because like we've just seen too much bloodshed. We gotta, you don't want to make it too doomer pill.
No, but I think there was a lot of anger in your episode that I wanted to ask you about, like if you still feel that
probably
that way.
Probably.
Well, and I mean, it was very much I think one of the things you said, you can't negotiate with the left.
I still feel that way.
Okay.
Here, let me put it to this way, because I was just talking to libertarians about this yesterday. I said, listen, or actually it was last night I was talking about it. It's like, you're never going to get someone on the left to vote outside of being a Democrat. You're never going to get a leftist to vote for a libertarian. You will only get someone in the Republican to vote for a libertarian, because we saw that work with Rainwater. You saw the like, hey, we got to get low government and stuff, but like negotiating with a leftist, pretty much good luck. And and I will say it depends on the degree of a leftist. Like, you're never going to negotiate with a Cassie Jackson.
No,
that's for sure. All right, but you could probably negotiate with someone who's more moderate left, like
that's what I mean,
a libertarian left. You could probably do that, but so I should clarify what I mean by that.
But Cassie Jackson, for instance, or for example, does not define the entire left movement or the entire left thought process or the entire left delivery of ideas. She's not the spokesperson. Yeah, Drew. All right.
Speaking of,
but I get what, but I feel like Cassie's like the opposite end of the spectrum, to where like, yeah, there's lunatics on the right side who, and I do feel like it's getting more closer to people saying, well, whatever happens next is the fault of XYZ. It's not it's not my fault for doing it. It's, this other.
It's always pointing of the finger.
Well, and that's the comparing of the tragedies is one of the things I wanted to talk about, was just because I think we talked about this before, where it was like, I looked at the Alex Preddy and the Renee Good murders, and that's actually what led me to the Charlie Kirk one, was because I was getting mad at you on that episode, because you're like, they did all this during Charlie Kirk when he got murdered, and so I went back to that episode, and I agree. I mean, there were terrible Charlie Kirk murders, terrible ones. And I have no, but I know how I acted, and I know how, like, I talked to John and, you know, the mouthwash people about it and stuff, and we didn't even do an episode on it that the first time afterwards, because it was too raw.
I
feel like
it was that day, wasn't it?
I think it might have been, but I really think that everybody, you know, I was watching a bunch of friends grieve.
Oh, no, it was the next day. Yeah.
And that's where I was kind of like coming from, where like I felt bad that all you guys felt so sad and upset. And when you see Charlie Kirk's kids and stuff, and his wife, do you feel the same about that at just off the top of the head?
About what? The wife and kids?
Yeah. I mean,
it sucks they're not going to have a father, and and I would say the same thing about Renee Good and if Preddy, if they had children, like, it sucks for the family. Like all of this sucks for the family. It's tragic that, you know, Charlie Kirk's kids will grow up without a father. It's going to suck when Renee's Good's kids will grow up without a mother. Like, that's all very tragic, and we don't want that to happen at all. You know, just some guy that's just, you know, voicing his opinions gets shot up, or in any kind of situation like that. That's all very bad.
Totally.
You know, but like at the same time, as like the way that they died were different. Oh, no, Erica Kirk, yeah, dude, that whole Erica Kirk thing is so weird. That's why I didn't even mention it.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I mean. Like, you answered very closely to, like, well, yeah, it is going to be sad that the kids aren't going to have their and yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. No, that whole Erica Kirk thing is so odd with me, but at the same time, I feel bad for the children. I feel bad for everybody. Okay, but like if there's a hierarchy of it, like, it would be the children for sure.
Well, and I just don't get why, like, yeah, I mean, people grieve their own ways, so like, you can't say one way or the other.
That's how I keep looking at it, for sure. Like, you know what? Like I know. I was just talking. I'll explain in like a grieving way. Is like I was talking to a buddy of mine, and his soon-to-be sister-in-law is going through a divorce. Is like, yeah, you could say whatever you want, Tyler. I am reading your comments, Tyler.
Oh yeah, we're putting them on.
Yeah, we're putting them on. If they're cool comments, we'll put them on. Put on cool comments.
Oh, sorry.
And it's just like everybody has their own way of grieving, whether it's from a death of somebody that they love, whether it's them going through a divorce, of how they're going to react off of that. Are they going to be like this giant hoe of wanting to have compassion, or it's like, I just need someone to fill that gap in my life, that kind of stuff?
Tyler Mitchell, you need to calm down with the baseball sucks. That's what Woody told me to put into the Hammer and Nigel comments.
It worked, didn't it?
Piss everybody off. Yeah.
They all suck at baseball.
No, and actually, I did get yelled at by by Hammer the other day, because I was in the comments and I said something about he was talking about Scott Jennings being on CNN and how that's always what lifts up CNN's ratings. And I was like, people watching CNN for Scott Jennings are like the people who watch Fox for Jessica Tarlov. Like, I don't think that actually exists. And so he was like, "Oh, well, yeah, Brad thinks that I don't know what I'm talking about on when I'm talking about ratings." And I'm like, yeah, maybe, I guess, but
dude, I love it when they get involved with the comment section. I think Hammer and Nigel are doing that more because of the
they are. It's a fun time to if anybody goes on watches their show,
you know why they're doing that though, right?
Probably to like save the station because of Kendall, right?
Well, because their media team, whenever they're on there, they're like, "Hey, make sure you hit like on YouTube because our media team keeps giving us crap." So if they want to rage bait some people to go into the YouTube section, then their
well, and that's what I mean too. Like, I feel like a Scott Jennings kind of thing, like that is because of rage bait. Like,
oh yeah,
that's why they have somebody like him on CNN. Same thing with Jessica Tarlov.
And
Same thing with me, I guess, on
um,
mouthwash. Like, it's just you
no,
gotta
no, John has always had that, even if it was Cassie or that one Argentinian chick or you. They always need to have
Drew's banned by cats.
Yeah. I think it was the Fingers Malloy guy that banned him.
Let me like, because back to the Charlie Kirk thing though, because you kept calling him a normie. You thought of him, and I was surprised by that, because my biggest thought on why everybody had that reaction to his death was because he's a celebrity. And it reminded me of like when somebody like, I mean, Tom Petty, when he passed away, he, for some reason, that impacted me a lot more than I thought it ever would. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, well, yeah, he has impacted my life. But I know Charlie Kirk, I think, impacted a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
And I think it was more from like, but it was a celebrity kind of a thing, not.
I think it was just the way that he died. Like, you don't see like some regular, like some guy, you could say that he was a celebrity, but he wasn't a celebrity and like a Chuck Norris. He wasn't, that kind of celebrity. He was a celebrity in the political sphere. Like, overall, people just looked at him as like he was some normal guy for the most part. Like, everybody knew who he was, but nobody knew what he was about. So, him getting assassinated and him getting murdered, that's how I was looking at it as a normie thing. Like, this wasn't a politician this wasn't a politician getting. This was like basically a live streamer getting assassinated.
Well, and with that though, we've heard his name already be brought up in like by Mike Gaskill during his little speech. There's a lot of usage of Charlie Kirk's name in politics now to vote a certain way or vote for Charlie or do something. And so I guess, how do you feel about that? Because you're saying that it's not political or he's not a politician, but then all of a sudden his name is being lumped in with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's just a way to try and sway votes too. I never looked at it like you should. It's like having, I don't know. I mean, for me, on my perspective of it, I don't think you should use that as a reason. Sometimes you should, but like, there are just so many slimy people out there who's like, what would blank think? It's like the people that say, like, what would Jesus think? And then he's like, what would Charlie think? That kind of stuff. It's just so bloody annoying. But like, you could use the same thing. Like, okay, for example, you saw probably, hey, we should name 70 after Charlie Kirk.
I did see that.
Yeah, but he's like, at the same time, you see people that died, like sheriffs or police officers that were killed in the line of duty, and then they get things named after them as well. Yes, Jennifer, completely agree. I think he even said that too. And I think that's going to be, I think some of it can be weaponized. That's the best way I can say it. I think a lot of people are going to weaponize somebody else's name just so they can sway an opinion.
Well, and so I guess, how do you think we're going to do with being able to have conversations about this? Because I think anytime his name gets mentioned, if you say it's going to be a grift, or, I do think people should be looking out for inappropriate using of his name. But
I think the only way to fix all this is that you have to have a prominent Democrat, in each section of a state, and it has to call out all the bullshit. Like, there has to be a point where we're just like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have boys playing in girls' sports. And if you have a Democrat that says that, you can start shifting the conversation too. Or if you start saying, hey, that's not fucking cool, then that's a problem. Like, okay, for example, do you remember when Sue Finkham was running for Carmel mayor? And then she, some lady, and I thought it was Cassie, but I might be wrong, who like recorded her and was talking shit, was basically stalking her. And then the mayor that she was the guy that she was running against called that out. It's like, we don't do things like this. That's just not how we win. We win at the vote works. That's what we need more of.
No, totally.
On both sides, by the way, on both sides. And I'm just talking about locally, because like the national stuff is one thing, but the local stuff is another. Like the local stuff is the kitchen table stuff that we should be able to talk about.
No, totally. And so wait.
Yeah, Thomas, right?
Yeah, all right, man. Yeah. When someone dies suddenly, especially in front of the whole country, people react. It's human nature, not politics. And I mean, I think that hits it on the head too. I think anybody who saw it live or watched the video, I don't know how it couldn't impact you, like on a human level, not on. Like it was just.
I
horrible.
still can't. I still don't. Every time I even see it like start to come up, I'm like, I just change it right away.
Yeah,
like, that shit. That shit lasted for me for a long time.
Well, here let's close on this. We'll do about like a couple minutes on. What do you think's going to happen next weekend with?
I can't wait. I can't wait.
March 28th.
I'm gonna be there.
Kings.
Well, I didn't know. I checked on Mobilize, and they have one at the State House too. So I'm gonna go to that one.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to.
I thought they only had one at the Noblesville one, but then I checked out the Mobilize app, and they have one. It's like for 5 hours. I'm like, no one's gonna be there for 5 hours. Are you crazy?
We got like, a lot of stuff to.
That is way too long.
We have a lot of signs that we want people to read, I think.
Yeah. Well, they might have might have tents like they had at the last one, having their own thing. They had like mad voters, they had the DSA people out there too. There was honestly, it was a fun time. Me and Drew went. There was a lot of people in inflatable outfits. It was more.
Do you think there'll be more people
cosplay.
this time?
No.
You don't think there's going to be more this time?
I think it might be less.
Really?
I saw not the last one, but the one before that. I went to it and it got cut short by like an hour. Like an hour and a half, because there was just nobody was walking around anymore. That's a long day, 5 hours of walking around.
Well, and it's like with a protest, it's like who plans? Do you guys just stand there? Is there going to be a speaker? Is there going to be, there does have to be some logistics to it.
Yeah, there has to be an agenda. Like we're going to be having these people speak, and if that's the case, that I'm fine. Go ahead and speak. You're always good for content, and I'm going to go. I'll be there. I got to get a what is it? The little stick that keeps it centered, the gyro spear, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
I got to get one of those.
Well, no, and then
are you going?
So I'm going to be going to the one in Anderson, I think.
Okay, cool.
So
make sure you get some footage, and I'll share it.
Oh heck yeah! All right.
Yeah. If you have some footage, I'll totally share it. Same, I did the same thing with Brandon Shane too over in Northwest Indiana.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Or if you're going to stream it live, hey, if you're going to have the rinse live on location, I will share the stream too.
No. That's a Saturday thing, right?
Yeah, you can have on location.
We'll see. Actually, because I wanted to get a get together with everybody on for one of the baseball games for an Indians game.
Yeah,
I don't know if any of you guys would be down with that.
Yeah, I'll go down for that.
Okay, because you can't see. Well, actually, let me see.
What do we got here? Yeah, I'm down for
it's in April. Yeah, but I kind of want to see if if Jennifer wants to come, if Thomas wants to come out, Drew, just get anybody who, I don't know. I just think it would be hilarious to see everybody.
We'll go hang out in the little picnic area.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a blankie and stuff.
But yeah, man. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap it up now. Woody, again, thank you for coming on and talking about stuff.
Yeah. So, always a pleasure.
Yeah, we'll do this again sometime, and everybody.
Yeah, just let me know what time you want to have a baseball game.
Oh yeah, totally, definitely. All right, take care, everyone.
All right, bye.